Hello and welcome to PrepSpot. In this video, we are going to know in detail about a fascinating and potentially revolutionary development in the field of energy storage, the advent of long-lasting nuclear batteries. A Chinese startup named Bitavolt has recently announced the development of a nuclear battery, about the size of a coin, that is claimed to be capable of providing power for an astonishing duration of up to 50 years without ever needing to be recharged. This innovative battery harnesses the energy generated from the radioactive decay of nickel-63 to produce electricity, opening up a plethora of potential applications across various sectors, including consumer electronics, sophisticated medical devices, and even aerospace technology. However, as with many powerful innovations, this breakthrough has also sparked certain concerns, particularly regarding its possible misuse in powering weapons of mass destruction, or WMDs, for extended periods, a point highlighted in reports from outlets like the Daily Mail. This development is notably aligned with China's 14th Five-Year Plan, which spans from 2021 to 2025 and places a significant emphasis on technological innovation. Bitovolt's achievement positions China at the very forefront of nuclear battery commercialization, igniting both considerable excitement about its potential and a robust debate over its broader implications. For those of you preparing for competitive examinations, especially in areas concerning science and technology, current events, and even international relations, this topic is highly relevant and warrants a comprehensive understanding of the technology, its diverse applications, and the associated security concerns as of today, 27 April 2025. This development is making waves and is highly significant for several key reasons. Firstly, Bitovolt's nuclear battery, with its extraordinary capability of operating for up to 50 years, represents a major technological milestone in the realm of energy storage. The potential to power devices for such extended periods without the need for recharging could fundamentally alter how we design and use technology, a point underscored by reports in The Independent. Secondly, the emergence of this technology has understandably raised security concerns. Reports, such as those in the Daily Mail, have speculated that the battery's exceptionally long lifespan could potentially enable weapons of mass destruction, including nuclear warheads, to remain operational for decades without requiring maintenance or power source replacement. This has naturally triggered national security concerns, particularly in countries like the United States. Thirdly, Bitovolt itself envisions a wide range of commercial applications for its nuclear battery. The company foresees its use in everyday smartphones, unmanned aerial vehicles like drones, and critical medical devices such as pacemakers, which could revolutionize these industries by offering unprecedented longevity and reliability, as highlighted by IFL Science. Finally, this development is occurring within a context of global competition in the advancement of energy storage technologies. While the United States and Europe are also actively pursuing research in similar areas, Bitovolt's progress in reaching the pilot testing stage and formulating concrete plans for mass production appears to place China in a leading position in the commercialization of this technology, a fact noted by Live Science. To better understand this breakthrough, it's helpful to look at its origins and the broader historical context of nuclear battery development. The concept of nuclear batteries, particularly bivoltaic cells, is not entirely new. It has been explored since the 20th century, primarily for specialized applications in space missions and remote sensors where long-term power sources are essential. Early examples of such technology include radioisotope thermoelectric generators, or RTGs, which have been famously used by NASA to power deep space probes for decades, a fact documented by the Chinese Academy of Sciences, or CAS. Bitovolt, as a Chinese startup, has taken this foundational technology and significantly advanced it by focusing on miniaturization and optimization of bivoltaic cells specifically for commercial applications. This project is strategically aligned with China's current 14th Five-Year Plan, which places a strong emphasis on fostering technological innovation across various sectors, as reported by The Economic Times. While research institutions in the United States and Europe are also actively engaged in developing their own versions of nuclear batteries, Bitovolt's reported progress in pilot testing and its stated plans for mass production appear to set it apart in terms of near-term commercialization prospects, a point highlighted by Live Science. To ensure we have a clear understanding of the technology, let's define some key terms. A nuclear battery is a device that generates electricity through the process of radioactive decay, typically utilizing isotopes like nickel-63. It's important to note that this process does not involve nuclear fission or nuclear fusion, which are the energy-generating processes in nuclear power plants and nuclear weapons, respectively. A bivoltaic cell is a specific type of nuclear battery that directly converts the kinetic energy of beta particles, which are essentially high-energy electrons emitted during radioactive decay, into electrical energy using a semiconductor material. Weapons of mass destruction, WMD, is a term that encompasses devices or agents, including nuclear, chemical, and biological weapons, that are capable of causing widespread destruction and significant loss of life. The half-life of a radioactive substance is the time it takes for half of the atoms in a sample to undergo radioactive decay. This property is crucial in determining the longevity of a nuclear battery's power output. Let's now look at some of the key figures and numerical data associated with Bitovolt's nuclear battery. The current prototype is reported to have a power output of 100 microwatts at a voltage of 3 volts. Remarkably, its projected lifespan is an impressive 50 years without any need for recharging. The battery itself is quite small, with dimensions of just 15x15x5 cubic millimeters, roughly the size of a coin. Looking to the near future, Bitovolt has stated its goal to achieve a power output of 1 watt by the year 2025. The radioactive isotope used in this battery is nickel-63, which has a relatively long half-life of 100.1 years. Interestingly, the reported energy density of this nuclear battery is claimed to be 10 times higher than that of conventional lithium-ion batteries. Several fundamental concepts underpin the operation of nuclear batteries. Radioactive decay is the inherent process by which unstable atomic nuclei spontaneously emit radiation in the form of particles or energy to become more stable. This released energy can then be harnessed and converted into electricity in nuclear batteries. Beta decay is a specific type of radioactive decay in which an atomic nucleus emits a beta particle, which is essentially a high-energy electron. Beta-voltaic cells directly utilize these emitted beta particles to generate electrical power. Energy density is a crucial metric that refers to the amount of energy that can be stored in a given unit of mass or volume. While nuclear batteries like beta-volts offer a very high energy density, they typically have a relatively low power output compared to traditional batteries like lithium-ion. Finally, national security is a broad concept encompassing the protection of a nation's vital interests, including concerns about the potential misuse of advanced technologies like nuclear batteries in weapons of mass destruction. Several important terminologies are also key to understanding this development. Nickel-63 is the specific radioactive isotope chosen by Beta-Volt for its battery. It was selected due to its relatively long half-life, which ensures a prolonged power output, and the fact that it safely decays into stable copper-63. The battery reportedly utilizes a diamond semiconductor material. Diamond is chosen for its exceptional resistance to radiation damage and its high efficiency in converting the kinetic energy of beta particles into electricity. The technology is currently reported to be in the pilot stage, indicating that it is undergoing testing and refinement before any potential mass production can commence. Finally, China's 14th Five-Year Plan, which covers the years 2021 to 2025, is the overarching economic and technological development plan that includes the strategic advancement of nuclear battery technology as a key priority. There are several important facts to note about Beta-Volt's nuclear battery. It has been described as remarkably safe, with reports indicating that it emits no external radiation, making it potentially suitable for use in implantable medical devices such as pacemakers and artificial hearts, a point highlighted by The Independent. The battery's current power output of 100 microwatts is indeed quite low and would likely be insufficient for powering most modern consumer electronics on its own. However, Beta-Volt envisions that multiple batteries could be used in series to achieve higher power outputs for more demanding applications. The company has also stated its intention to explore other radioactive isotopes, such as strontium-90 and deuterium, for the development of future versions of its nuclear battery, as reported by Live Science. It's crucial to emphasize that the concerns raised about the potential misuse in WMDs are currently speculative, and there is no evidence to suggest that Beta-Volt has any intention of using this technology for such nefarious purposes. Delving into the technical details, the core of Beta-Volt's battery is the radioactive source, which is nickel-63. This isotope undergoes beta decay with a half-life of 100.1 years, emitting beta particles, high-energy electrons. These emitted beta particles then interact with a semiconductor layer made of diamond, which is chosen for its exceptional durability in radiation-rich environments and its high efficiency in capturing the energy of the beta particles and converting it into electrical current. This semiconductor layer is absolutely critical for the battery's overall performance. The battery also incorporates a sophisticated safety design with a layered structure that is engineered to prevent any leakage of radiation, ensuring its safe use even in sensitive environments like medical implants. Furthermore, the battery is reportedly designed to withstand a wide range of extreme temperatures, from -60 degrees Celsius to 120 degrees Celsius, as well as significant physical shocks, without any risk of catching fire or exploding. The fundamental principle of power generation is that when the beta particles emitted by the nickel-63 strike the diamond semiconductor material, they create electron-hole pairs. The movement of these charge carriers within the semiconductor generates a small but consistent electrical current, which can then be used to power external devices. The development of nuclear batteries requires highly specialized know-how in several scientific and engineering disciplines. This includes deep expertise in materials science, particularly in the handling and encapsulation of radioactive isotopes and the creation of advanced semiconductor materials like diamond, which must be both highly durable and electrically efficient. Safety engineering is also paramount to ensure that there is absolutely no external leakage of radiation, requiring sophisticated design principles and rigorous testing to meet stringent regulatory standards. Finally, the manufacturing precision required for the assembly of beta-voltaic cells is extremely high. Precise techniques are necessary to safely contain the radioactive materials and to ensure the long-term reliability and performance of the miniaturized devices. From a broader general knowledge perspective, it's important to remember that nuclear batteries have a history of use in specialized applications where long-term power is critical. Examples include powering instruments on long-duration space missions, such as NASA's Voyager probes that have been operating for decades, and in remote, inaccessible sensors used for environmental monitoring or industrial applications. While the United States, Europe, and Russia are also actively engaged in research into various types of nuclear batteries, China's Beta-Volt appears to be leading the way in terms of near-term commercialization efforts for beta-voltaic technology. Despite the primary intention for civilian use, the inherent potential for military applications of such long-lasting power sources, including in weapons of mass destruction, has understandably raised strategic implications and concerns within the international community. Looking at some of the nitty-gritty details, the current power limitations of Beta-Volt's 100 microwatt output mean that it is currently suitable only for very low-power electronic devices. For more power-hungry devices like smartphones or laptops, multiple batteries would need to be combined, which could impact size and practicality. regulatory challenges are also likely to be significant. The widespread use of radioactive materials in consumer products will undoubtedly require stringent regulatory approval processes in various countries, which could potentially delay widespread adoption. As mentioned earlier, the WMD speculation primarily stems from the battery's potential to provide very long-term power to sensitive components, but there are currently no concrete plans or applications reported in this area. Bitovolt's stated intention to explore future isotopes like strontium-90 and deuterium could lead to the development of batteries with different characteristics, such as varying lifespans and power output levels, potentially broadening their range of applications. The headquarters of Bitovolt is located in China, likely in one of the major technological hubs such as Beijing or Shanghai, given China's strong push for technological innovation. However, the potential global impact of this technology is far-reaching, with implications for various industries and security policies in countries around the world, including the United States and Europe. While the news reports primarily focus on the technology and its implications, no specific individuals within Bitovolt have been prominently named. However, the company's team of engineers and researchers is undoubtedly credited with this significant breakthrough, and the company's leadership has consistently emphasized the peaceful and beneficial applications of their nuclear battery technology. The information we have discussed today is primarily sourced from reputable news outlets covering technological advancements and international affairs, including the Daily Mail, Emerson, The Independent, IFL Science, Live Science, and The Economic Times. For those interested in more in-depth technical information, scientific literature on bitovoltaic cells, such as articles published in the Journal of Radioanalytical and Nuclear Chemistry, can provide valuable insights. Additionally, industry reports from organizations like the American Nuclear Society or the Chinese Academy of Sciences may offer broader context on the development and future prospects of nuclear battery technology. Finally, a brief note on the linguistics. The term nuclear battery itself can be somewhat misleading, as it doesn't involve the chain reactions of nuclear fission or fusion that we typically associate with nuclear power. Instead, it relies on the natural process of radioactive decay. The term likely emphasizes its nature as a compact and self-contained source of long-lasting power. The term bitovoltaic is derived directly from beta, referring to the beta particles emitted during decay, and voltaic, referring to the generation of electricity, clearly highlighting the fundamental mechanism of power production. The acronym WMD stands for Weapons of Mass Destruction and is a commonly used term in discussions of international security and arms control. In conclusion, Bitovolt's development of a nuclear battery with a 50-year lifespan is a truly groundbreaking achievement that holds immense potential to transform energy storage across a wide range of civilian applications, from consumer electronics and medical devices to aerospace technology. However, the very longevity of this power source has also understandably raised speculative concerns about its possible misuse in powering weapons of mass destruction, prompting important debates about national security and the need for appropriate regulation. For those of you preparing for competitive examinations, this topic is highly interdisciplinary, touching upon aspects of science and technology, current affairs with global implications, and even international relations and security studies. Therefore, it's crucial to have a solid understanding of the technical details of the battery, its diverse potential applications, and the complex global implications and security concerns that it raises. Aspirants should particularly focus on understanding the balance between the immense peaceful potential of this technology and the very serious security considerations that its long lifespan necessitates. If you have any further questions, please feel free to ask. Answer this question in comments. The correct answer will be given hot and pinned. Lastly, we just want to let you know that we are a newly emerging online platform for competitive exams. Creating educational explainer videos like these requires a lot of effort, money, and time. If you like these videos and want us to excel and create videos in all categories of competitive exams, then you can consider supporting us with a one-time donation through the Ko-fi platform and also by becoming a member through Patreon. This will help us create more such informative educational videos in the competitive exams space. So, one last time, subscribe and share this channel with all your friends who are preparing for competitive exams. And also, follow us on social media platforms. The links are given in the About section of the channel and also in the video description. So, see you in the next video.